Hey guys, and welcome back to the Feed the Beast server. We're going down here. Now, I recorded a think tank video with Gary right before this, which will be going up tomorrow. And basically there we'll be discussing ideas for what he's going to do and ideas for building my base. An idea we didn't really talk about in the video that did come up afterwards, though. And, so basically, what I'm wanting to do, one of the ideas we had after the video was to build myself a wizard tower, since I want to do the magical wizard stuff. But we will have to see. Let's see here. So what are we doing this episode? And yeah, this is just my little storage area. I do more or less a bigger walkthrough of this in the video with Gary. There we go. I'll just throw this stuff in here, why not? So, yeah. The old world is pretty much ready to go away at this point. Kind of sad. We had some good times here. But basically after MK has all of the... Get rid of that. Basically, after MK has all the building resources she needs... Oh, I forgot to take all this processed lead. I keep starting that sentence. After MK has all of the raw resources she needs for building Town Hall, this world's going to go away, so... You guys can say your final goodbyes. Do it right now, I guess. It's kind of sad. It's so many good times here. Oh yes, the wondrous times of this server. So basically, what am I doing at this point? I'm trying to find my electric wrench so that I can kind of take apart my machines and put them... There it is. And I'll be needing that. Is there anything else in this chest I'm going to need? No. So, I'm going to basically take down my machines and... the basic machines and take them with me to the new world. So you know, all of the... Let's see here. Not enough energy for lossless wrench mode. Why you no recharge? Do you see... you can see I've downgraded myself to a more humble position. Why don't you recharge? So I've gotten rid of my quantum armor because it's, you know, it's time to start over. There we go. Okay. So like I said, it's time to take a new start, and let me just kind of dump some of this stuff out. Like, let's be honest here, I don't know where this stuff came from, so we'll just leave it behind. Let's see here, what else in here do I need? I'll need this. So I'm just going to finish taking down my basic machines here, and then I'll be back. Okay, so I have some basic... machine set up top for now to go ahead and sustain me as a Feed the Beast creature until such a time where I can automate things, and of course automation this time is going to go through Redpower. So right now I just kind of have a derpy little alloy furnace set up back here. But we'll get into Blatricity and all that stuff in a very short while. However, there is one thing I would like to do, and that is... Dang it. I just had a realization. I don't have any cowhide to make a book. Because... I was going to build an automated rubber farm, but then Gary mentioned something that I didn't think of, which was the fact that with Redpower installed, there's massive rubber trees in forests. So basically what I want to do is get one of those massive rubber trees. There we go. Gary was kind enough to let me use some of his leather. So now I can make a descriptive book. Now I just need a feather, actually. Dang it. Man, I miss having a world where just all these resources were abundant and all over the place. Okay, so I'm sure I can get a feather. There has to be one here somewhere. Right. Probably the chicken farm would be a good place to go. Aside from the fact there's only 2 chickens. Right. Where have all the feathers gone? Oh where could a little feather be? Oh where could it be? Yeah, I didn't think that was going to work. Okay, so I got myself a normal book and a descriptive book. And now I can pop in here and go into my fancy link modifier, and let's go. I just want a straight up jungle world. Jungle, 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 jungle. Just a straight up jungle would be excellent. Jungle biome. Okay, so jungle biome, single biome, standard lighting, normal. Sure, let's have villages. Let's have glowstone crystals, and let's have normal crystals, and standard terrain, and let's see here, eternal day, and normal weather, and there we go. Perfect. And now I need a book. Where did I get a stair from? The world may never know. Okay, so I need a stand to take a stand. And I don't have any basic wood down here, do I? Nope, okay. Let's go chop a tree down. When it's been a while since you've played without a factory that has everything in the world, you kinda, you know, forget that you actually have to go gather resources sometimes, which is why I'm really glad to have this fresh start, because my oh my, there's just so much goodness we're going to get into. Okay, now, do I even have a crafting table down here? Jeez. Man, I thought the space was all like wonderful and ready for production, and there's not even a crafting table. How do I live with myself? Okay, so let's see here if I remember how to make one of these things. That would be it. This will just be like a temporary placeholder. Put this descriptive book in there, and away we go. Da 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 what da 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 da. Okay, now in forest biomes there should be, yep, there's one. Massive rubber trees. Oh, it's glorious. I think that's what I'm looking for. Yes, it is. Oh, it's beautiful. Just look at it. This is going to take me 3 aeons to, like, harvest. Yes, it is charging. Okay. Where's all this wood going? What? Oh, geez. Lagzilla. What just happened there? Admit to nothing is my philosophy to life. Okay, so basically I should be able to just get kind of a couple stacks of this and be good. So I'm going to continue harvesting this rubber wood. There we go. So now I have 2 stacks of rubber wood. And let's go back to the evil underground base. And I hate these Harquin seeds. Okay, so now if I just go to my friendly neighborhood extractor, whenever you teleport to a new dimension using a linking book, there's a couple moments of lag where you just can't do anything because reasons, I guess. Okay, so I think... Did I not bring my... There it is. So if I put this rubber wood in here, it should produce rubber. Yep, there we go. So 2 stacks of rubber in like a minute of work. I think that is excellent. And we will definitely be needing that as we go along. So yes, excellent. Okay, so now let's get started on the basics of Redpower, which is kind of ironic because it's actually Bluetricity. So I already have an alloy furnace, and I would like to get to a blue electric alloy furnace. However, to do that, I'm going to need blue electric power, and also a screwdriver might be handy. But anyway, wait, what is this? A blue electric furnace. Oh no, what I need is a blue electric alloy furnace. That's what I want. But to get to that, I need blue power. And I have a couple of options. A newer one is a kinetic generator. Of course, I do not have the resources to get to making this yet. It is expensive as heck. The cheaper option is a solar panel, which we're going to need lots of blue alloy, which is silver and nicolite. So, yes. I'm going to craft up a bunch of ingots and... going to need a lot of that as well. Okay. But you guys have honestly seen me do the basic setup for you guys have seen me do the basic setup for Redpower before, so I'm not necessarily going to make you guys watch what I'm not going to make you guys watch me get through that, but basically I want to set up a solar panel, a battery box, there it is, a battery box, set some of these guys up, and then we can start working on the automation of this place, which due to some new features to Redpower is going to be a lot prettier than anything we've had the unfortunateness of making before. So this is excellent. And now the last thing I want to do this episode is this is an episode of starting. We're starting things. So what else should we start except the glorious, which one do I have the most of? Red. The glorious Thaumcraft, which I am really excited to do. And I need a gold ingot. Nope, what am I doing? Nope, can't use my old resources. Nope, can't do this. I have gold back in my base I can use. Let me get out of this world. No more resources are coming from here. It's a fresh start. All my new resources are coming from my new setup. So let's go back to my evil base and let's process some gold that I know I have down here. I know I have gold in this chest. And now I have to wait again. Thank you, linking books, for your lag. Eat the potato. So how are you guys? Excellent? Good. I'm glad to hear everything's going well. How's Martha? Is Martha good? Good, good. Okay, gold. Gold, there it is. I really just need 1 gold ore, but I'm not going to waste my resources. I'm going to macerate it as any good person would, because if you don't macerate it, you're a communist. Just going to say it. So let's see here. Macerator. Maceration, go! And furnace. And there we are. Okay. And then I need to turn this into gold nuggets. So now we can get started in Thaumcraft. Now the first thing you need to do to get started in Thaumcraft is make yourself an apprenticed wand. Like so. There is our apprenticed wand, and it will fill with magic, which as we move along in the Thaumcraft progression, I will explain / we will discover exactly where all this magicalness comes from. But there is one last thing we need to get a clean start in this Thaumcraft, and that is a Thaumonomica. And to get our Thaumonomica, we need to take our bookshelf and go downstairs with both our bookshelf and our apprenticed wand. Since this is going to be our official Thaumcraft room. Hoi mantoya shotoe faro. Look at it. Look at it in all of its gloriousness. So basically you just take your apprentice wand and right click on a bookshelf and you will get a Thaumonomicon. And you can open this Thaumonomica, and this has a whole big tech tree written in complete gibberish, because why not? That will explain to us all the things that we need to know in Thaumcraft. And basically, well, we're not going to get into it right now, but this is basically where we need to start all of the basic things. And we will use this to discover greatness. That's right, greatness. Hey, look, a cinder pearl. Element-infused plant. Research completed. Found only in the hottest of climates, these plants burn with elemental fire. They can be harvested and ground to produce a fine powder akin to blaze powder. So, this beautiful little book will serve as our guide to the Thaumcraft world. And we will pick up on all the Thaumcraft goodness very shortly. But the first bill to pay is automation. So the first thing we need to do is get Redpower up and going. And once Redpower is up and going, we will have no problem getting all the resources we need to support our binge magicking. So until I see you next time, guys, toodles.